Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Aaliyah Rhodes. I'm sorry that I am late with this review for Mayans MC. A lot of stuff has been going on. I'm a college student, so I am just focusing. I was focusing on a lot of assignments, so it's like, sorry, it won't happen again. I promise you, I will either have the episode uploaded maybe Wednesday morning, but once again, I'm sorry, but education comes first. So let's get into the review for Mayans MC episode 3. Now, I just want to say I am sorry in advance for butchering up, the titles of the episode because they're in Spanish and my Spanish isn't all that great. So I am sorry. Once again, I am sorry for, butchering up the title. So episode 3 was called Boohoo. I'm going to just say Boohoo. So we open up the episode with, the rebels, and, we see all the kids, playing, doing their homework. And we see Adelita and her right hand guy. They are checking the inventory, and we see that they are low on food. So then we see HOS, head of security, aka Cornrows. He and, his security team, they're heading to where the rebels are located, because I guess there's like a tracker that he had to find out where the rebels are. So then Adelita, she hears, cars in the distance. So then she tells everybody, get ready, get everything, um, post it up. Let's post up. So then we see HOS, and he's looking around. They don't see nobody. Nobody's there. The rebels are not there. It was a false location. We get back to Adelita, and the car was Angel, not Gilly, nope, Angel, Coco, and Easy. They were pulling up to um, check up on Adelita. So then we see head of security, and he sees a pinata. He opens the pinata, and there's the letters from the video that was seen in last week's episode, and there's a sugar skull that is used for Day of the Dead in the Latin culture, and the sugar skull had the name of the baby, which is Cristobal, and I was like, oh, that is so sad. That's sad, I was like, oh my gosh. So, and then we see Angel talking to Adelita, saying that they've locked down a buyer, and that the buyer, his name is Jimmy Yin, and that they're going to meet in Las Vegas, and that he wants 9 keys. He wants 9 keys of the drugs, and Adelito's like, you're not going to get 9, he's going to get 6. So then we see these 2 kids come up, and they hand Adelita like a pacifier and stuff like that, and she gives the pacifier to Cristobal. So then we see Hank, Taz, Bishop, and Alvarez, aka Padrino. They meet up with Galindo, and they said that the CDRC, they reached out, and that they saw the video, and that the video is scaring potential buyers, and that the MC are gonna meet with the buyers and smooth everything out. So then the MC says that they're meeting the people at a casino. They're meeting them at a casino, which is a Native American, reservation. Native Americans, they have their casinos. And so Galindo says that he'll have everything ready for them. But then we see Galindo's right hand man. I think his name is Devontae. I think his name is Devontae. We see Galindo and Devontae. Devontae tells Galindo that there's an inside play happening with the Chinese, and that Galindo told Devontae to set everything up. So then we see head of security walk in, and he tells Cristobal that they didn't find nothing, at the location, and that HOS hands Galindo's the sugar skull with the baby's name on it. So then we also see that HOS tells Galindo that there's another video that is surfaced, and that he shows, I think did he show the video? I think he showed the video to Galindo, and Galindo's like, track whoever, made the video and bring them to my pew. So, where am I at? Devontae informs the MC that they want them to handle the Chinese. And so then they agree to it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So Emily, she sees the video, and she freaks out. It's the video from last week where those two people got burnt, and she break her phone. Girl, gotta get a new one. So Pops, he's doing his job. He's helping out customers. Then we see Diego Jimenez. Diego, he's lurking. He sit outside in front of the seating area of the restaurant, well, the butcher shop, and he tells Pop that he hears that there's a lot going on the other side of the fence, and that he tells Pop that if he wants Pops to, stop worrying, call these people, and he slides over the newspaper. Inside the newspaper is like an anniversary card with a phone number inside of it. And so then the four amigos, they meet up in a cave, and Angel asks Gil, how's Creeper? And Gil's like, Creeper's good, but then the run got pushed up, and they're gonna have to leave early. I feel so bad for Creeper, because I feel like I might be thinking ahead, but I feel bad for Creeper, because I feel like Creeper is going to be the alibi for the four amigos, because they're working with Adelita, and they don't want anybody to find out, so they just use Creeper as a alibi. And I feel like when Creeper comes back from the hospital, he's going to be like, why y'all didn't check up on me? And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking ahead, maybe I'm off, maybe I'm somewhere else, but I think that's what I feel like is going to happen. Creeper might mess everything up with what's going on. So then, back to the story. Angel talks to Easy, and he tells Easy, don't mix what, your personal feelings is with Emily. Don't mix it up with what's going on, with the business. And Easy was like, I'm sorry for, what's been going on. It's been a strange day. So then we get a flashback. And in flashback, we see that Easy is chasing somebody. And they have like a little shootout. And then we hear someone say, freeze, and Easy shoots somebody, and then that cuts off the flashback. So we go back to Galindo. Galindo comes home, and he sees his mom and the nanny cleaning up Emily's mess. And the mom was like, you better talk to her. Galindo was like, I can't talk to her. She's going to know that, well, not that she knows, but, she knows that he lied to her, and that how do I say this? Basically, if he says anything, that she's not gonna believe him, so what's the point of talking to her? So then we go to head of security and his security entourage. They pull up to this apartment, and it's an apartment with like a whole bunch of boys, and like some are older, some are like kids, and they bust into the apartment, and it's the same apartment where the video that was Emily was seeing earlier. And they take the boys hostage. And so what happens is that the four amigos, they go back to the bar, and Riz tells them that Bishop wants to hit the road early, and that Galindo invited the Chinese to sit down, and that the cartel will be able to deliver the product. And so Angel tells Coco, stall him a little bit, like give him some time to. Sorry about that. I'm recording my phone, but Angel tells Coco to help him stall for a little bit. So he makes a call to Jimmy, and cut back to head of security. Head of security is sharpening up his blades and. Nope. My bad. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. Y'all know I look at my notes, but I'm looking at my notes wrong. No, head of security, he takes the boys from the apartment into like the van, and they go to the pew. Now, MCs, they're driving to the casino to meet with everybody, and they get there, and Angel's like, I gotta step out for a minute, and he sees Jimmy, and they're talking about how Angel only has 6 keys available, and that does he know Angel? No, Jimmy asks Angel, so does anybody outside of, the group know what's going on? Angel's like, no, and then he asks Jimmy the same thing. So what happened is that we get to Pops cleaning up his shop, and he sees a van from earlier when he was talking to Diego Jimenez. The van leaves, and then a car slowly drives by and parks like a couple of stores away from Pops' butcher shop. So then we see Easy. He goes to the bar, and this not the bartender, but this customer, he's talking disrespectful to Easy, and he's making fun of the patch, saying what his prospects stand for, and Easy didn't say anything. Somebody said, "Oh, prospect must mean somebody bitch," and so that was rude. And so he speaks to the bartender in Spanish, and he says like, "Who are these douchebags?" And the bartender was like, "Oh, they're cops." And so the cop says, "Look, if you got anything to say, you say it in English." And so Easy walks away, and then he proceeds to say, "Pussy gangster." And you could see that Easy wanted to punch the dude, but we see Hank, Taz, Bishop, and Bishop, Padrino, and Riz. We see Hank shaking his head like don't do it. So Easy, he walked away, but you could see in his face that he really wanted to punch, the cop. And so what happens that Emily, she tells Dita that she wants to go to Merchant Square, and Dita was like, no, you can't do that. Galindo is going to find out, and she was like, I don't care. What would you do as a mother? Would you follow, your instincts if something was wrong? And Dita was like, this must be karma. Like, fine, whatever. So they're going to go to the square. Now we see HOS, head of security. He is sharpening up his knives, and Galindo walks in. Galindo takes the boy. He asks what his name is. His name is Barra. And so Galindo takes Barra's hand, slices his hand. This scene was really disgusting because Galindo took his thumb, dragged it across the boy's blood, and put it on his face, and he says that they are now bonded. And I'm like, first of all, that is disgusting. You don't know what that boy has in his body. He might have whatever disease, and you just put that blood on your face. That was disgusting. And I don't understand how people be doing like the little blood oaths, like they be cutting the hands and cut the other person's hand and they shake on it. I'm like, that is disgusting. That is dangerous. That is unhealthy. That is unsanitary. I was like, I just wanted to throw up that whole scene because that scene was nasty. And head of security even said you might want to clean up because you don't know what kind of diseases them boys have. I'm like, ugh, that was disgusting. That was nasty. And so now all of the boys that they caught are now spies because Galindo's like, how many spies do we have now? And then head security's like, with these boys now, like a couple of dozen. And so what happened is that the MC, they meet up with another connect. I don't want to be rude and say, two white people. I don't want to say that. So I'm going to say they meet up with two non-people of color. There you go. And so I don't want to be offensive like that. So, man, where we go now? So we see Adelita and her crew walking in Merchant Square, and Pink Hoodie, the little girl, she sees a boy just sitting in the middle of the area, and she walks over to him and she asks him for his name. Then we see Emily and Dita walk past the little girl, and Emily's like second guessing herself, like, oh, why did I come here? And Dita was like, well, you follow, your instincts. And Dita gives like whole background of why Galindo's in the cartel, and that the parents shipped Galindo to a school in America and thinking that would change him, but obviously it didn't. And so we cut to Bishop telling to the non-people of color about the rebels and what's going on, and how the same thing happened with take it back. Padrino said that the same thing happened with Galindo's father. People were getting clipped every week, stuff was happening, and one of the guys says that there's a lot of people who are not really on board with working with Galindo and the Mayans and everybody. And so Bishop says that, look, if we bump your price, everything will quiet down. And so the Chinese says that Galindo's has a lot of product and they're not worried about merchandise, but they're worried about shipping. Is shipping going to be a problem for them? And Bishop explains that they were caught off guard, and that what happened is that it's not going to happen again, and that they were going to bump up the non-people of colors rate up to like 2%. And so he also tells the Chinese that they're going to get their 12 keys by next week. And so we go back to Merchant Square and we see the little girl, the pink hoodie, say that the boy's name is Andreas, and that she tells Adelita that he needs a home. Adelita was like, look, we can't really take care of the people that we have now. But then the little girl was like, well, his parents were killed, his parents were the ones that, got burnt. And I'm like, I don't believe that, because those bodies look like two grown men and not a man and a woman. So Adelita, you saw the bodies up close, like you could tell that they weren't a man and woman. But she lets Andreas join them, so Andreas is a part of the rebels. And so we cut back to the hotel, and everybody's saying cheers, and they're about to drink. And so the Chinese, the leader of the Chinese group, he's about to make a toast. You see Bishop pull out a gun, and the Chinese, he says, cheers to new allies and dead traitors. Bishop shoots Jimmy in the back of the head. Blood is splattered all over the expensive couch, and you can see everybody was like shocked because they didn't know what was happening. And so we come back from commercial break. Todd explains what happened. He said Devontae told him that someone was, you know, messing up within the Chinese and that something was happening, and that Jimmy was starting up his own product and that he broke a cardinal sin, saying that he didn't cut the Chinese in. And so what happened was that so the Chinese didn't want to kill one of their own, so Devontae asked the Mayans to do it. And so Bishop was like, the look on their faces was worth it, but you can see that Angel, Gil, Coco, and Easy, those were real. And this is making me mad. This is making me really irritated. Is that whenever something happens, you know, when something goes wrong, you can obviously, it's the look on their faces, it's the look on the four amigos faces that like kind of give stuff away. Like they look all like shocked, like, oh no, like something happened. And it's like they look at each other, like when stuff goes wrong they look at each other, and it's like, can y'all like stop making it look so obvious? Like, can y'all keep a straight poker face? Like, that really irks my nerves. And it irked my nerves this episode because they kept doing it whenever something bad happened. And so what happened is that we cut to Pops. Pops is taking out the trash. He sees the same car that was there earlier. And so he goes out to the back, he get a shotgun. And so cut back to the casino. We see the cop from earlier, and Hank tells Easy to handle it. So Easy goes over to the cop, he punches him, blood splatters all over the slot machine. And the cop says that I'm a cop. And what happened is that, get a flashback, the person that Easy shot earlier in the episode, his flashback was a cop. And so they walk away, they don't care. And so we cut back to Pops and the guy in a car, and Pops tells the guy, you know, what are you? Who are you? Pops gets the guy's ID, and he's working with Diego Jimenez. And basically, the guy tells Pops that the Galindo cartel is prepping for war, and that basically he's, the guy is Pops' babysitter. Pops was like, I don't need a babysitter. And so Easy, he checks on Pops, and we see Ezekiel put some money in a stash bag that he has underneath the sink. And where I want to go. Okay, we cut to Galindo and Emily. They're getting ready for bed, and Galindo was like, I know where you were today. And out of nowhere, he just started crying. It was funny. It was so funny because he just started crying out of nowhere. He's just saying, I'm sorry. And I'm like, that was so... I was laughing, y'all. I don't care. I was laughing. It was funny. So, we cut to the guys. They're back at the bar. And we see Alvarez and Bishop talking privately. Alvarez tells Bishop that Devontae says everything is all good, everything is cleared. And Bishop asked Alvarez how come he couldn't tell everybody, you know, the MC what was going on. And Alvarez was like, well, they never found out about how the Samoans knew about, you know, the Vegas shipment from the first episode. And Bishop starts to think, and he asks Alvarez, is it somebody in the MC? Alvarez was like, I don't know. And so we see Angel. Angel goes over to Pops' house, and I just feel that there's some type of tension. Like I said in the first episode, I feel like there's some type of tension with Angel and the father, like some unsettled business or something like that. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's how it's like interpreted, that something happened, something is wrong with the father and Angel's relationship, because when Easy was over at Pops' house, there was like all the trophies of Ezekiel and photos of Ezekiel. I'm like, well, where's Angel stuff? So it's like I said earlier in the first, like I said in the first episode, I think they might go into it deeper within the season. And so we cut to the Rebels camp, and we see Andreas. He's sitting by the fire with everybody, and he eats some bread. And while he's eating the bread, he puts it down, and he turns over his hand, and there's the cut that Galindo gave to the boy earlier. And so Andreas is the spy that Galindo sent out. And so I hope the little boy don't get hurt. And then we cut to the end where Pops goes to bed while Angel and Easy are knocked out. So that was the end of the episode. Once again, y'all, I'm sorry that I was late, and that I will try to get the episode Wednesday. But like I said, school comes first. I'm in college, so school is important. So if I'm not busy, if I don't have anything important, then I will upload Wednesday. But if something is busy, like if I have tests or things I gotta study for, then I will upload it either Thursday or Friday. But once again, I'm sorry. And how did y'all think of the episode? Comment below. If I missed anything, I will try to remember for future episodes to watch out. And I will see y'all later. So comment, subscribe. I will see y'all later for the next episode of Mayans MC. Peace. See ya.